condo or a townhome can look absolutely perfect, and it could still cost you tens of thousands of dollars right after you buy it. So let me walk you through the biggest mistakes I see buyers make and exactly how to avoid every single one. My name's Dan. I sell real estate in Greater Vancouver and the Fraser Valley, and I see the same mistakes over and over. But the good news is almost all of them are avoidable if you just know what to look for. So I'm going to walk you through the big ones and what I would check for before you ever write an offer. Quick note, this is general information, not legal advice. Always get the documents reviewed by your realtor and the right professional. Mistake number one, and it's the big one, and it's not properly reading the strata documents. When you're buying a condo or a townhome, you're not just buying the unit, you're buying into a strata, which is basically a little corporation that runs the entire building. And the entire story of that building is written down. The meeting minutes, the financial statements, and the bylaws. That is where you find out if there's a big repair coming, an ongoing dispute, or a money problem brewing. People skip the documents because they're long and they're boring, but that's exactly how you get burned. Mistake number two, ignoring the depreciation report. A depreciation report is a long-term plan for the building's big repairs, the roof, the pipes, the elevators, and what they're going to cost usually over the next 30 years. And here's a change a lot of buyers do not know about yet. As of July 2024, BC requires almost every strata within 5 or more units to have one of these reports and to update it every 5 years. Now they cannot keep kicking it down the road anymore. So read it and read it properly. A good report is honest. It says, here's the roof, here is when it needs doing, and here is how we're going to pay for it. A weak one is vague or years out of date, and that is a warning sign all on its own. That report is your best window into the special assessments that might be coming before they ever become your problem. And honestly, this is exactly why I built my free buyer checklist. It walks you through the specific things I would want checked in those strata documents before anyone I care about makes an offer. So you're not just trusting the fresh paint in the staging. It is free and it's linked right below. Let's keep going. Mistake number three, thinking a really low strata fee is a good thing. I get it. Low monthly fee feels like a deal, but sometimes a suspiciously low fee means the building is not putting enough money away for its future repairs. And when that repair bill finally comes due, it does not just disappear, it comes back as a special assessment, a big lump sum every owner has to pay. So check the building's savings account, what they call the contingency reserve fund. A healthy building has a good amount of money sitting inside of it. Mistake number four, missing the special assessment that is already on the way. A special assessment is that lump sum bill I mentioned for a big repair the reserve fund cannot cover. And a lot of the time you can see it coming. Owners talk about it for months before it actually lands, so it usually shows up in the meeting minutes and on a key document called the Form B. So before you buy, you want to know, is there one pending? Is one being voted on soon? Or did one just happen right before you walked in? Buy at the wrong moment and you can inherit someone else's big repair bill on day one for a problem that you didn't even know existed. Mistake number five, not reading the bylaws. Every strata has its own rules and they can completely change whether a place works for your life. Some buildings restrict rentals, which is a deal breaker if you're buying it as an investment. Some restrict pets, so your dog is suddenly a problem. Some have age restrictions and some have a limit on what you can renovate. None of that's going to show up in the pretty photos. It's all in the bylaws. So read them before you fall in love with the place. Mistake number six, and this one catches a lot of people, is ignoring the strata's insurance. Since around 2020, strata insurance in BC got a lot more expensive and the deductibles shot way up. Here's why it matters to you. If a claim starts in your unit, say a burst pipe floods the place below you, that deductible can land on you and it can be tens of thousands of dollars. So look at the building's insurance summary, check the deductible, and make sure you get the right personal coverage on top. Don't just assume you're covered. Mistake number seven, ignoring how old the building is and how the building was built. Some older wood frame buildings, especially from the 80s and the 90s, had serious water and building envelope problems back in the day. A lot of them have since been fixed or rain screened, which is a good thing. So in an older building, you want to know, has the envelope been dealt with or is it still coming? A fresh coat of paint will not tell you that. The documents and a good inspection will. Mistake number 8, and this one can be genuinely dangerous, waiving your subjects just to win the deal. In a hot market or when the property is a really good deal that's competitive, people get tempted to remove their conditions, no document review, no inspection, no financing check, just to beat out the other offers. I understand the pressure, but that is giving up your one chance to actually look under the hood. And on a strata, the hood is those documents. Winning a bidding war and then discovering a special assessment is not winning. Mistake number 9, assuming the parking and the storage locker come with the unit. Do not assume with a parking stall and a storage locker. Never assume which stall and which locker actually belong to that home should be confirmed on the paperwork, on the Form B and the Strata plan. Oftentimes people find out the hard way that the spot they parked on in the tour was never theirs to begin with. And the last one, mistake number 10, is a subtle one that a lot of people never even think about, and it's ignoring how the strata is actually run. Behind every building, there's a strata council, a group of owners who are making the decisions, and you can learn a lot about them from the meeting minutes. Is the council well organized? Are they planning ahead? Are they staying on top of repairs? Or is it chaos, the same problems dragging on for years, owners fighting, and nothing getting done? You want to know if the building is in a lawsuit as well, maybe against the original developer or contractor, because that can drag on and cost a ton of money. A well-run building protects your money. A badly run one can bleed it slowly, one bad decision at a time. So let me make this really practical. When you're serious about a place, here was what I would get my hands on. The last 2 years of meeting minutes, both the regular ones and any special meetings, the Form B information certificate, the most recent depreciation report, the financial statements so you can see the reserve fund, the bylaws and the rules, and the insurance summary. That stack right there tells you almost everything you need to know, and you usually only have a few days to review it, so line up your realtor and get on it fast. So how do you avoid all 10 of these? Get those documents and actually read them, or have someone who actually knows what they're looking at read them for you. Get an inspection, even if it's a brand new property. Do not waive your right to review, and do not let anyone rush you into making a decision this big. Problems with a condo or a townhome are almost never in the paint or the staging. They're in the paperwork. That is the whole game. So before you buy a condo or a townhome in BC, remember this: the perfect looking unit and the money pit unit can look exactly the same on a Saturday tour. The difference is in the documents. So grab my free buyer checklist, go through it, and buy it with your eyes open. It's in the link right below. A home should give you peace of mind, not a surprise bill 6 months later. And if you're looking at townhomes out in Langley, I just did a full breakdown on the Willoughby area. You can watch that one next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.